and welcome to another edition of Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go. Now, as we wave goodbye to the past, this month brings us back to the present to celebrate some of the greatest machines of the current decade. So let's welcome the Modern Horizon series by taking a look at the schedule for today's show. Modern Horizons is packed with events this series, so we're going to start by checking out what events and challenges the festival playlist has in store for us over the next 4 weeks. Next, we're going to drive you around Mexico as we unveil the reward cars this month, which, from what I've heard, includes one highly requested car from the Forza forums. Then it will be time for our regularly scheduled Event Lab of the Month Spotlight. Builders, keep an eye out for this one, by the way, because there are some new props that may be the perfect fit for your next high-speed event. But that is not all for surprises, because we have a brand new car pack full of iconic cars you are not going to want to miss. And finally, as per usual, we're going to give you a preview of what's coming your way next month. All right, now please allow me to introduce our guest for today's show. First up, he's ready to chat about everything festival playlist related, is game designer Joe Glasgow. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm very good. Don't tell Chris, I'm in his chair. He'll be furious if he finds out.
He's spitting fumes somewhere, isn't he?
But he's not here, so I took my opportunity.
Is it a comfy chair?
No, it's actually awful.
Perfect. No, that's
really
what I wanted
bad,
to know.
But that's
Good.
what he enjoys. It keeps him awake. It keeps him on his toes.
Wonderful. Good stuff. So our favourite Italian is also back on the couch and is none other than senior community developer Giuseppe Della Cante. Now, how do you feel about last month's update? And are you excited about this one?
Well, first of all, ciao, Charlie. Glad to see you again. And great Scott, if I'm allowed.
If I may.
If I may. It was an amazing update. People loved it. We loved it. But this month is going to be cool as well. I can't wait.
Okay, wonderful. But last and certainly not least, a brand new face joins us today to drive us through all the awesome cars coming out this month is vehicle artist Timothy Waters. So Timothy, as we do with everyone who joins us, number one, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do here at Forza Horizon HQ?
Yep, so I am Timothy Waters. I am a vehicle artist here at Playground. I started around 8 months ago,
Blimey.
which, pretty new still. I'm originally from upstate New York, and I've been in England for like 4 years now.
Wow.
So,
Well, welcome to the studio. First time I met you, it's wonderful to see you here. Second question, what are you playing at the moment?
right now I'm playing the Mad Max video game because I watched Furiosa recently.
Yeah. It's also like perfect Venn diagram of on brand for what you're up to. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Wonderful. Okay, so now we've got the introductions out the way. I think it's time to jump straight into this month's festival playlist. And Joe, you've been cooking up something good over there, haven't you?
Definitely, yes. So let's jump over. So this series is Modern Horizons.
Ooh.
So we've jumped from the retro all the way to the modern, and here we go. So first of all, players can see for 80 points, we've got the Kia EV6 GT from 2023. And we've got the very futuristic modern Razor TS from 2019 for 160 points.
I think that car literally looks like, if I was to imagine what a modern car looks like, my brain would try to draw that.
Yeah, pretty much, very aggressive. And then jumping over, I think we've got some kind of Ford Mustang.
Is it?
Just probably like the standard one or something like that. We popped that on the artwork anyway, just thought it was good. But anyway, we will jump over to summer. And it's the Dark Horse. Okay, yes. So for 20 points, players will be very pleased to get hold of the Ford Dark Horse. And then we've got the Porsche Mission R, or Porsche Mission R, sorry, I should say that, for 40 points.
Big, I like the spoiler. Every single month,
wing,
every season, I'm going to say I like the spoilers on that one.
We put one in especially for you. We were like, the big wing, put that in. We'll jump over for the weekly challenge. We've got the 2017 Alpine A110. And players might spot that and think that's an exclusive car, but you'll be able to see just over in the Forzathon shop, you can pick that up. So let's jump in there.
Together, synergy of everything.
We do plan it. We try and plan it.
It's not just throwing darts at a wall.
Not always. So players, if let's have a look at the Forzathon shop. So they can pick up the Alpine A10 for 650 points and some other goodies as well. Let's jump back. So we jumped past, but we've got some daily challenges as usual. We've got the Horizon Arcade in and the trial. We'll jump to the first event lab. This is by a event lab regular. This is Vexity. This is Sunhaven Nightfall Street. So you should be able to see a clip here. This is kind of where Vexity is at home. They make the most amazing street races. They've always got their own style when they create these events, and they are incredibly good. So yeah, it was very nice to put this into the playlist.
And it suits the theme of this season so well. I mean, I don't know what else you got up your sleeve, but Modern Horizons, I certainly do picture what I just saw there.
Yeah, and another unknown creator here, John Josie. Oh, it's Josie.
Or JCO, like I called him once, and
yeah.
he still hates me for that.
Yeah, understandable.
Yes.
So this is the much loved Josie, and we've got Hong Akai Night Race. So players might recognise this. This was one of our event labs of the month. I believe it was for the Lunar New Year series. But they're very cool use of the fireworks prop we had, and just the usual standard we expect from Josie. So cool one to have as well. I just want to jump back and make sure players. Now Reddit is a lovely community, and we love them lots. Yeah. But they were quite upset that we didn't show both the rewards and the car restrictions last time. So I'll show you both the restrictions.
We're going to make you accountable for this.
Yeah.
Thank you for making our job easier, Joe. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so players can get tuning if they want, get their cars ready. So we've got the restrictions here. I'll make sure I go through. As players can see, the PR stunts here are S2 Anything Goes. And then we've got the seasonal championships as well. Lots of goodies to get. We've got the treasure hunt and the photo challenge. Some monthly rivals. Funny looking livery on that one. I don't know. That's odd cars. I haven't seen those before. And then we've got some PR stunts and a seasonal championship for the rally adventure, and a PR stunt and a seasonal championship for the Hot Wheels.
Good stuff. Cracking summer. Should we see what's going on in autumn?
Let's do it. Autumn, the storm season, we've got, that's the car that you might have spotted from the monthly rivals. It's the very cool Hyundai Iconic 5N from 2023 for 20 points. And another nice modern car, the Nissan Z from 2023 as well. Gorgeous. For 40 points. So players can grab that again if they missed it. Let's jump over for the Forza Weekly Challenge. We've got the 2020 Toyota GR Supra. So this is one of the starter cars. So most players should have that. We've got the daily challenges and the Forzathon shop. Let's jump in and see what players can grab. So
beautiful.
Nice, lots of goodies. We'll jump over to the trial. Let me just show the restrictions. And then the first event lab of the week is by Pinhead Larry 06. This is Ladeiras Core. So this is like as the description says, a narrow, tight circus in Las Ladeiras. B class, which is the class that we picked. This is B class retro sports cars. Very nice decorations. A good little track to race around.
I love when we have the big city builds as well. They're always gorgeous.
Yeah, our event lab creators definitely like to use the city props and build them up. And then a note one about this, I think we should have a picture as well. You can win the slightly terrifying, very cool shark outfit. There we go.
Stupid shorts. Why does he also look velvety?
It is a velvet shark.
It is a velvet. I don't know.
That's the design that we went for, Charlie. All right.
Okay.
Can you not judge, please?
That's fair enough. If you want a velvet shark, we'll have a velvet shark. I do still have questions about the shorts, but I love them.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to the game, velvet shark.
Yeah. So very cool prize for that. And then jumping over, we've got one by Audible Jam 509. This is Mexico Island Raceway Club. A very cool racetrack. This decorated really nicely. The racetracks that our players are making are just go up and up in their quality. A nice little bridge here that players can go over.
I've said this about some of the other ones we've had here. There's certain ones that come up that just look like they are like established tracks that someone's just gone and replicated for themselves, or that you yourselves have made as well. They're phenomenal. Level
design are getting scared. It's keeping them on their toes.
Behind
right?
you. They're catching you.
Yeah. We'll jump over. Again, let's show the restrictions and the rewards. So we've got seasonal playground games. We've got some PR stunts. Again, S2 Anything Goes, so nice and easy. We've got some seasonal championships. We'll jump over. We've got the photo challenge and Horizon Open. And as always, a new collectible for the Collectibles Challenge. This is Mascot of the Future. We might have a picture of this as well that players can... Very cute.
They're adorable.
Very cute,
Why do you make us crash into these things? Unless it's got like a villainous backstory.
It does.
And we need to stop them.
It's here to bring the Horizon Festival down.
Right.
And your job
Kill on
is to
sight.
destroy them, yes. Yeah, so very cool collectible. Let's jump over, again, monthly arrivals, and then we've got the PR stunts and seasonal championships for the Rally Adventure, and PR stunt and seasonal championship for the Hot Wheels.
Beautiful. Winter it is, please.
I'm very excited for this one.
So for winter, the dry season, we've got the very awesome car, the Toyota GR Yaris. Yeah, we're very excited to bring this to the game, so players can grab this for 20 points. And then we've got the Mercedes AMG E63 for 40 points as well, so very cool car as well. We'll jump over, we've got the Forza Weekly Challenge car, which is the Saline, it's a 2018 Saline S1. We've got the Forzathon Daily Challenges and the Forzathon Shop. Let's again jump in there and have a look.
The Warthog's back.
The Warthog is back.
Love
Very
it.
perfect for your off-road racing. And the Speedtail as well. We'll jump over to Horizon Arcade and the Trial. Let's again have a look. So car restrictions 2010 McLarens in S1. The first event lab of the week is by Dexter4310.
Another regular.
Yes,
Very
I think I said his name wrong. It's 433. No, 41302. There's too many numbers. Too many numbers. Does not compute. Anyway, this is California Hills Raceway. I got that right.
Yes, well done.
So again, Dexter is a regular in the playlist. Just makes really cool events. Lots of kind of rolling hills in this. Some beautiful decorations. You can see the GR Yaris taking it all in its stride. Really nice event, kind of little racetrack that he's put together.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And again, just of note, we've added the Retrowave outfit for if players missed it last season, they can grab it, just because we thought it might go quite well with some of the cars. I'm not sure which ones, but we maybe will find out later. And yeah, jumping over, we've got one by Arc Raiders. This is Arc Drift City Dash GP at night. So this is, I believe, one of the ones that we featured or was in the listings for the Golden Tank Awards. So really high quality. I love Arc's races. He started to put some really cool ones together, and this is no exception. So nice one to play.
Yeah, gorgeous. Really like that one.
Again, yes, so these are the restrictions. PR stunts again, S2 Anything Goes, and seasonal championships. We've got the treasure hunt and the photo challenge, the eliminator, monthly rivals, and then the PR stunts and seasonal championships for Rally Adventure, and the PR stunts and seasonal championships for Hot Wheels.
Beautiful. Last but not least, let's go to spring.
Let's do it. And finally, for the spring hot season, we've got the Taycan CT 2023. If you haven't got enough of the original Taycan that we added, yeah, apparently we gifted quite a lot of those. I'm not sure.
But this is really rare, isn't it?
Yes, so this is exclusive, but we'll definitely
Well, it'll be rare for a short amount of time, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20, 30 of them gifted later. We'll pop it down to common. But at the moment, it is exclusive and rare, so players can get that for 20 points. And then we've got the number 14 Ford Fiesta for 40 points. Yeah, very colourful, very cool. We'll jump over, and for the weekly challenge, we've got the Lincoln Co. 03 from 2021. We've got the daily challenges and the Forzathon shop. Another nice futuristic modern cars players can get, the Urban Rebel.
Yeah. Stand out being the Macarena remote for me here, gotta say.
Yeah, nice.
If anyone feels compelled to do the dance, I won't stop you.
Weirdly, no.
No? We'll get them next time, folks.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Nice try, though.
Yeah. We've got the trial. Let's jump through and show the restrictions here. And then jumping over for the first event lab, this is by GT Deny, another regular in the playlist. This is Old Bridge Rally Stage. It's an old event, but we can take some modern cars. So this is a kind of beachy off-road event lab. Always expect kind of great events from GT Deny, and this is cool. No exception really. Nicely designed, nice prop use, and players should have fun. Yeah, so using unlimited off-road and A800 for that. And then jumping over, we've got one by XR Cosworth 01. This is Gummy Bear Circuit. Amazing name.
Some prop I missed.
Yeah, I always, whenever like I see Cozzy or I speak to Cozzy, I'm like, where is this name come from? And yeah, but amazing event. Cozzy is like the pro at making, like you mentioned earlier, our Event Lab creators are getting so good that these events almost that they're official events.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
Cozzy is up there with the best really at making those kind of events. So a good one to race around. We've got the PR stunts in S200 to finalise off the series, and the PR stunts, the seasonal championships. We've got the Horizon Tour in this week, and the photo challenge. Finally finishing off with monthly rivals, the PR stunts and seasonal championships for Rally Adventure, and the PR stunts and seasonal championships for Hot Wheels.
Well, Joe, thank you very much for walking us through the playlist. Another stellar one, if you don't mind me saying.
Thank you
Absolutely superb, wonderful. Now, I think a lot of people in chat right now are going to be clawing and desperate to see this Toyota Yaris. So, Tim, I've got to ask, it's your first time. Do you want to drive, or do you just want to do the fun facts?
I'm going to save myself the embarrassment, let Joe drive, and I'll just handle the facts.
We'll get you next time. Okay? Fine. Wonderful. So take us away. What is it? What's so magical about this car?
So, first of all, this is the 2021 Toyota GR Yaris, and GR stands for Gazoo Racing. So, the origin of this car is basically Toyota wanted to go rally racing in the World Rally Championship. And in order to do that, you need a certain amount of production cars based on the same body style as your rally car. And their racing engineers, in order to stay competitive, they needed a two-door car, which the Yaris before that was four-door, the specific model year. So they had to make a two-door version, and on top of that, it's also 2 inches wider and 2.2 inches longer than the standard Yaris. And they made this just to meet those homologation rules for the WRC. And a very fun thing, a plaque on the inside on the center console says, developed specifically for WRC, which I don't believe you can see in the cockpit view, unfortunately, but it's there, and it's a very cool little plaque to have on a car. Actually, if you keep in cockpit view for a second, this car has multiple driving modes. So it has a sport mode for your drifting, which changes the power split 70% in the rear and 30% in the front. And it has a track mode, which if you swap into now, you can see the little digital display in the center changes, which is a nice little bit of detail.
Business.
And that changes the...
Business mode.
Yes, business mode. Changes it to 50-50 power split for better grip in the corners.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that you're driving it, Joe, what do you think about the car? Are you going to buy it?
Well, funny you should say, I definitely was looking at one of these, but they are incredibly hard to get hold of. I think, the original generation of these sold out so quickly.
Wow.
I think there is a second generation coming out, so I might have to get my name down. But yeah, I'll just say work at Forza, that will work.
They'll give you like 10 if you do
yeah,
that,
really?
I'm sure. Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I've heard.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah. I did have also another fun fact. So this car, at the time that it was produced, had the most powerful 3-cylinder engine in a car at the time it was produced. Unfortunately, since then, it has been topped by the Koenigsegg Gemera, which it's crazy to go from a Toyota having the most powerful 3-cylinder to Koenigsegg, which is a hypercar manufacturer.
Totally different beasts, aren't
Yeah.
they? Wow, okay. Very, very impressive. Giuseppe, what's it like knowing that, I mean, you're diving in with a lot of the chitter-chatter that's going on the interwebs, let's say. So you knew this car was coming before they did.
Yeah, but we couldn't say anything.
Of
So,
course.
obviously now we're very, very excited to finally deliver one of the top requested cars, actually sitting at number 4 on the suggestion hub. But I remember we on the community team received requests for this car for years. So it's finally there. And with that being said, Tim, look, the Yaris is mint, cool, whatever. One of the things that people love, and you know this better than me, is customization. Is there anything about customization you can talk about?
Yes, of course.
Thank
so
you.
this car, on top of the lovely Forza aero kits, it has 2 different wide body kits.
Ooh.
So the first one that we're going to hop into, I believe, is the Rocket Bunny kit, which is extremely aggressive, as most Rocket Bunny kits are, with a massive wing, very, very wide, and lots of cutouts for aerodynamics and all of that fun stuff.
There you go.
And hood pins to make that hood not
That
fly
does
off.
the job, doesn't it? Wow.
There is actually people will potentially get the car just for the body kit.
Wow,
Some
okay.
people would. I'm one of them. And, you know, it's just incredible.
Another great spoiler.
Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I
going
love
on
the
the
massive
list.
supports.
We did this update for you, Charlie.
Thank you.
You want a
Thank
spoiler?
you so much, everyone.
There you go. There you have it.
Thank you.
Incredible. I'm looking forward to see all the levers that people are going to do with this.
Yes, and we also do have another body kit, which is made by Varus, this one is, which is a little bit more subtle than the Rocket Bunny one, which, I mean, it is hard to top that in aggressiveness and craziness, but it's also a very lovely kit. Has a very large hood vent that we'll get to look at, and yeah, just a bit more subtle of a wide body kit, with still being quite aggressive.
Just
Oh yes, I
imagine where
see.
we
It's
are.
a little bit, just a little bit more subtle.
Yeah,
Just imagine where we are when we call a body kit subtle.
yes.
Imagine. So it's the level of this car. You know.
I think you can like mix and match some of the pieces as
Yes,
well.
yeah,
like if
so
you-
the wings and the hoods you can mix and match. So on the stock car, you can throw on either of the hoods or either of the wings. On the Rocket Bunny, either hoods, either wings, and same with the Varus.
Like a Frankenstein Yaris.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, you can have a stock one with a massive wing, the Rocket Bunny with a tiny wing, whatever you like.
Wonderful. Well, perfect. I think it's time we jump into another reward car, and this one we're going to look at is the 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5N. Tim, tell me something fun about this car if you're not going to drive it, and I demand it be the funnest fact you've got.
The funnest fact
The
that I've
funnest
got.
fact that you've got.
Well, it's extremely powerful because this is part of Hyundai's N line, which is their racing-inspired line. So it has 641 horsepower for this electric crossover, and upgraded from the normal Ioniq 5, has more aggressive styling, some nice red trim, and
I love
like
that that's a trend of this series so far, by the way. It's just describing cars as aggressive.
Yes.
I like it.
I mean, two cars back to back that are pretty much the racing version of their stock cars. So yeah, it is 641 horsepower, has multiple driving modes like the Yaris as well. So we have the drift mode, which Joe's in right now. So that's all 641
handful.
horsepower to the rear wheels, which yeah, gets a bit much to handle. And then all-wheel drive, which splits that front and rear for a bit better grip.
Let's jump into that.
There we go.
Much better. Feel comfortable.
There it is.
Yeah, this car in real life has a special mode that simulates kind of a combustion engine, both in noise and in shifting abilities. Although in-game we have it as the purely electric mode, just to give a bit more differentiation between this car and the normal combustion engine cars that you can get.
Awesome. I love how many electric cars we have coming through at the moment, particularly in
Oh,
Forza,
yes.
that are super powered and very impressive with the speed and everything that they bring to the game. So yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. Another addition for that.
The Envision as well last series was a particular highlight, and this one is
yeah.
like Hyundai are absolutely smashing it with some of their vehicles, and particularly like the Envision and the 5N is just incredible. I've seen a few clips of people testing these out, and I think they're absolutely blown away. It looks like we said quite aggressive, but I don't think you'd expect too much from this.
Definitely not.
But
I've
then-
seen this in a car park, just picking up shopping and your bread and your butter.
Yeah, so yeah, you can go out, pick up your shopping, and then drive essentially a Lamborghini home if you want to.
Stunning. That is the dream. I love it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much, Tim. Those were very fun facts as well. I like you. You can come back. There's a wide variety of modern cars, as you can see, waving their way through the game. And speaking of waving, we're going to ride the wave now into... So this month we are highlighting an event called Horizon Wave Circuit. See what I did there? It's created by Joey Rocket. So we're going to jump in now, take a look. Joe, you're staying behind the wheel on this one as well?
Yeah. I
Can't
think so.
convince Tim just yet?
Not
No.
yet.
Oh, no.
One
Hard
day.
sell.
One day.
We'll get him one day. We'll get him one day.
Absolutely. All right, tell us about this. Why has this been selected as our event lab of the month?
It's got lights. That's it. That's the end of the show. No, jokes apart. This is basically what we were discussing before about how good the Retro Wave update has had as an impact for players. As you can see, urban environment,
My
cities,
days.
that's another thing that players really like to create in that lab. So Joey Rocket really like to build the city with the decoration from Horizon Retro Wave, as you can see, with all the decoration that actually glow based on the rhythm of the music that you are listening.
Yeah.
Even better if you're listening to Horizon Wave, indeed.
There you go. Good plug.
And also got some roads pieces that have been introduced in Apex All Stars update. So it blends these type of props that I didn't, they did introduce over time, right? And it's not just a very well-made track, but it's just stunning to look. So he created 5 versions of this.
Wow,
of this
okay.
track, yeah. But we picked the one during the night because obviously that's where you can get the most out of all these lights.
It's so good. The decorations go so deep beyond the road as well, and around it you've even seen like the Donut Media trucks as well. Like they've created their own little scene. It's great.
Exactly. And look at the pyramids with the sun on top. Illuminati confirmed. So that being said, so I mean I'm distracting you all, but obviously the chat is probably talking about the Dark Horse.
Yes, there it is.
So yeah, the Dark Horse is...
Sorry.
No,
Conversation goes over there now.
It's one direction. So, the Dark Horse is the top of the line for the 2024 Mustangs. So this has a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8, which makes 500 horsepower, making it the most powerful production Mustang that isn't Shelby.
Okay.
On top of that, it has some very aggressive styling.
Yes.
So, massive chin spoiler, bigger intakes than the normal 2024 Mustang, a larger rear wing, and the version we have in the game has the, what is in real life the optional handling package, which has an even larger rear wing, an even larger front splitter, and stiffer suspension, and more grippy tires.
Wow, it's really nice. I like the, I'm just so uncultured when it comes to cars, so I apologise. I like the XB bar on the dashboard.
Yeah.
It's cool, it's great, and it really fits into this vibe. Everything about this is stunning.
Indeed.
And
yeah, on the real car, you can customize all those dials. So I believe it has one for the like the 1985 Fox body Mustang.
Okay.
So it replicates the look of that gauge cluster.
Oh, nice.
Which is quite cool. But we have the, I think this is like the proper high performance one that's in the game. So you have the RPM is the most major thing for knowing when to ship when you're racing.
Wonderful. Well, if you fancy playing it for yourself, and I don't see why you wouldn't, you can check it out right now in the PG Editor's Choice tab, in-game, or look it up using the share code shown on screen around here somewhere. Go on, crack on with it. But Giuseppe, I think before we move on, there was something else you wanted to add, right?
Yeah, just for a change, let's talk about community and the amazing creation they do. So we
for a change.
For a change, right?
After we've done the Event Lab section, yeah.
Fair enough. Perfect moment. So yeah, I just wanted to get a little bit of a shout out to the Forza Horizon WhatsApp channel that we recently opened. So how do you join the channel? So 2 ways. One, you can go on WhatsApp, go on updates, and go on channel and look for Forza Horizon channel, or you can see right now probably a link into right now. You can see, just go from your phone. Otherwise, probably if you do it from PC, it's not going to work. And simple as that. What do we post there? A lot of stuff, updates about what we're doing, contest, a lot of pictures taken by the community, stickers, and just basically
reminders when all of our beautiful faces are live.
There you go. For example.
Stunning. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to join it immediately after the show, so thank you very much.
All right.
Well, as we said, we do love seeing Event Lab creators building events with all the props the talented Evolving World team releases every single month, pretty much at this point. So as usual, we have some new props to announce right now, so let's check them out. There you go. We know you wanted more road styles and variations, so the team have worked hard to get these 16 new highway pieces to help you build wider and faster roads in Event Lab. And Joe, you're going to take us through these as well. You're really in control today.
Yeah, definitely, yes. So, I mean, I would normally call these pieces motorway pieces, but because Tim's here, we thought we'd make him feel at home and we'll call these highway pieces. So yeah, as you can see on screen, we've got just a few examples of what we're bringing this series. Now, we wanted these to work with the road and track pieces that we brought last, I think it was the Apex All-Stars series. So as you can see, I kind of set this little setup here. We've got these road pieces, and this will connect straight into this kind of highway join piece. And then we've got variations of kind of highway straight and some curbs, kind of similar to the road pieces, but bigger, better, some might say.
Ooh, okay.
I don't want to pick sides, but
Sounds like you just did.
yeah, so some very cool pieces. Let me go over here and we can have a look at some more of the pieces. So these again will be in the roads and racing kind of category that we have in Event Lab. But yeah, we can, as you can see, we've got some kind of split pieces which can go from 2 lanes, and then let me move across. And you've got some of the 3-lane pieces. So you can make some kind of really great highways, all those city tracks, if anyone wants to have kind of like overhead motorways, highways running across, they'll be really great. And then we've obviously got, if you want to build some kind of bridges, let me go across, kind of some supports, if you want to lay those down, just to kind of give it a bit more setting. And these all kind of fit together and set up a really nice scene.
Lovely. Looking forward to seeing how everyone uses them over the next month, because I'm sure they're going to be featured heavily from here. Now, earlier on, we did speak about moving into the future in Modern Horizons, did we not? But what if we decide now to take it back to a time where cars were heroes? How cool was that? From the big screen to your gaming monitor, these icons from your favourite movies and TV shows take the Horizon Festival for a retro revival. Now, available from June 18th, 2024, the Universal Icons Car Pack will be available to purchase separate from the Forza Horizon 5 Car Pass, Standard, Deluxe and Premium editions, and can be found on the Microsoft Store and Steam page for $9.99. There you go, Tim. €9.99 or £7.99 for us Brits. It includes the Time Machine from Back to the Future Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3, the 1992 Jeep Wrangler from Jurassic Park, and Kit from the hit TV series Knight Rider. Now, I'm going to ask the folks on the sofa which ones they want to drive first, but I do think there's something we need to address, and that is what you've done to your dress. What's happened here?
What have we done?
I think we've done just perfectly reasonable things to do. I mean, we're big fans of all these films and TV shows, so why not go a little bit extra?
So do we
Also,
need to...
I was going to say, thanks for the memo, guys. I've got a T-Rex outfit that I could have worn.
We were so close to perfection.
Yeah, I know.
Silly Joe. Do you two want to canonically fight this out about which car gets to drive first, or are we...
Look, considering you're Mr. McFly, I guess you go first.
I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, and I'll go afterwards. You know, I'm not Michael Knight, I'm his Italian cousin, Michele Cavaliere. But again, Martin McFly first.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful. So Joe's got his in the Time Machine from Back to the Future Part 1. And look at that. Oh my days. Oh, you've got an audience for it.
They're lining up to see it.
All the pictures.
Yeah.
So this, of course, is the extremely iconic, probably one of the most iconic movie cars of all time, the Time Machine from Back to the Future Part 1. And it is truly just a fantastic car.
Oh my goodness me, look at that.
Yeah, with the whole interior, with everything. So this, of course, is the one from Part 1. And while we're on the interior here, I can mention we do have the clock from the from when they're in 1955 to go back to 1985, back to the future, if you will.
And I do.
Yes, and the dates on the time displays correspond to that moment in the film.
And the cables are all accurate?
Yes.
Cable management
cables,
is there?
Yes, we spent lots of time getting those cables right.
Yeah,
looking over,
lots of meetings, watching the movies.
Indeed, definitely didn't watch the movies on loop for like 10 times while working on this car, definitely
Amazing.
not. But yeah, so this one has the plutonium reactor on the back, being from the first movie, which, fun fact, is made from a Dodge Pelora hubcap and a little bit from a helicopter turbine engine.
Oh, okay.
It was very cool.
Very good. Well done.
And while Joe is driving here on the highway, I say we take this baby up to 88 miles per
Ready?
hour.
Okay, we'll go from a
Right.
standing start. Here
Okay.
we go.
Indeed.
Wow.
I'm not gonna get copyright strike.
Keep it
I
going.
think I'm gonna
Outfit.
stop at
You're the
some
wrong
point.
outfit to be singing.
I know,
Sorry,
but we are
Tasty.
not in the continuum space or whatever
Yeah.
stuff. So we're nearly close.
Yeah,
We're going
pretty much
uphill
there.
slightly, so it's,
We're
Yeah,
getting
great
there.
start.
we're
It just
okay.
takes a
Hold on,
little while.
give it a minute. Give it a minute.
I mean, the problem is this car is a little bit on a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're also getting into traffic. This
Yeah.
is I mean, slowly. This isn't the experience I thought it was going to be.
Oh,
Yeah,
There we are.
Oh, there you go.
So when you reach 88 miles per hour, the time tubes on the outside of the car light up blue, like you're going back in time or forward in time. The flux capacitor on the inside, if you pan the camera around, lights up as well. That's on the behind the driver. Yeah. And, yeah.
can't twist your neck
It's
in there.
dangerous to
it's-
look around
yeah,
whilst
directly
driving.
behind you.
Yeah, so I should be able to jump out into.
Yeah. So yeah, that flux capacitor in the center lights up white like it does in the movie when you reach 88 miles per hour.
Nice.
The graph behind the driver's seat also goes up progressively while you reach up to 88 miles per hour. We had a lot of fun putting in all of that lighting and stuff to make you feel like you're having the experience of driving the car from the movie.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And we did say that we've got the one from part 2 as well.
Yes.
So while we're getting that one warmed up in the garage, what's the main difference between the Time Machine in part 1 and part 2?
Well, the main difference is it flies, but unfortunately, we tried to get it to fly in game. Turns out to be a little bit difficult.
Least you could do is throw it off a danger sign, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then take a picture, a memento. But
Of course. But other than that, it has the Mr. Fusion on the back, which is, fun fact, based off of a German coffee grinder. So to go with the Mr. Fusion coffee kind of theme. So instead of using plutonium to charge up the 1.21 gigawatts you need to go back in time, it uses random garbage and stuff to generate that power.
eco-friendly.
Yes, exactly. So I believe they use a beer can, a banana peel, and I think eggshells
yeah, okay.
to charge that up.
The last time somebody tried to steal plutonium, didn't go very well, isn't it?
Definitely did not.
But we're gonna avoid this mistake, and that's why we're giving players the choice to go directly with this if they want. And regarding the car flying, people are gonna find a way in Event Lab to create rules with anti-gravitational
true.
stuff
Yeah.
and just.
And there's a
spend
will,
more
there's
time
a
in
way.
there. Always
Of
a
course.
way.
And this baby's going to fly at
Yes.
some point, for sure.
Life always find a way. That's
Wow.
the Jurassic Park. Sorry, that's it. That's all that Jurassic Park knowledge that I have.
Not having the dinosaur out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Should we have a look at the third time machine? The
Yes, of
third
course.
and final time we went back to the future. What is the main difference here?
Oh, well, there's quite a few actually, but in order to replace the time circuit microchip, which was fried by lightning when they were back in 1955, they built a whole big box on the hood, or the bonnet for you Brits there,
Thank you.
which replaces that microchip with all 1955 tech because Marty McFly is stuck in 1955. And then also it's fitted with some lifted suspension, which I believe for the actual cars from the movie was built from a Volkswagen Beetles suspension, which is quite cool. So it goes off-road into the desert. Again, has a Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future 2, and a nice detail that we added in the if you go into the cockpit view, you can see the wires are laid out in a slightly different way
Oh,
on this.
yes!
Instead of going around to the left of that gauge cluster, it goes around to the right, which is accurate to the movies and just a nice little fun detail that we added in there.
Also, the dates are different.
Oh yes, the dates
Oh
do
my
correspond
days,
to the
the
events of each
details,
of the
Timothy.
movies. Yes, so yeah, in Back to the Future 3, the dates line up for when Marty McFly is going back to 1855. In the Back to the Future 2 one, it's when they're in 2015, after Biff steals the time machine to go to 1955 to deliver the sports almanac to himself. And then in the Back to the Future one, it is when Marty McFly is going back to 1985. at the end of
Wow.
the movie with the lightning strike.
Oh, it's
and all
very
of that.
impressive. Good memory.
Yes.
I'm
Thank
People
you.
are looking for the sports almanac. They will not find in the car because we got rid of that, so we
Yeah.
can avoid some disasters even there.
Yeah, it was already burned in the trash can behind the sign for Lion Estates.
So that's what we do. You see, that's what we do.
Course,
That's
yeah.
what we do.
Wonderful.
I'm looking forward to players putting this on the train tracks and seeing if they can recreate. I think
Oh,
that's
brilliant.
Isn't that an Easter egg in the game that all the trains go at 88 miles per hour because of the movie?
Oh, I mean, if it is, that's amazing. And
I
players
believe
should
that is
definitely do
the
this.
thing,
So
There you go.
it's all come together.
It
Wonderful.
has.
There
all
we
full
go.
circle.
So we're going to have a look at another car now. I'm going to make another dream come true. And this is for you, Kasefi, because we're going to go into Kit from Knight Rider. So A, why does this mean so much to you? And B, why are you dressed like that?
Well, yeah, when I'm dressed
Just
like
why?
that, I'm asked the same thing. Especially compared to him, who's like proper. I mean, like more like
The
a cheap
details,
copy.
like the pins on
look
here
at the
and
details,
everything.
Look at that.
The pins.
Real fun.
Unbelievable,
And then it got me
devil's
like
detail.
the cheap version. No, it means a lot to people like me that grow up in our generation. I can speak for everybody in the room, so I'll speak for myself. Growing up with these cars, the time machine, Kit. That's one of the reasons why we got also passionate about cars. So for people like me, this is incredible, and I'm sure there are quite a lot of people around that, for my age that would like to, finally fulfill their dream with these amazing cars.
Do you want Joe to let go of the controller?
Yes, please, thanks.
Yeah. Come on.
Thank you very much.
I had a good run.
Down the
Yeah,
line.
good
You've done
run.
great today, Joe.
But as usual, I know nothing, so I pass it to Tim. I just drive. That's what I do.
Alrighty, so yes, this is of course Kit from Knight Rider, and Kit stands for Knight Industries 2000, and around 20 of these cars were made for the 4 seasons of the show,
Wow.
and
good
has
luck.
a very cool dashboard with lots of lights that do various things in the show, which I don't think we have in game. We can't launch people out of
Can't
the
do
car,
everything.
unfortunately. But yeah, and also on the front of the car, we have the lights scanning back and forth, so you know
Nice.
that Kit is alive and well.
He's alive and well, and obviously he drives very well. And now, don't look at me trying to drift because I can't do anything. So as I said, I'm the Italian cousin of Michael Knight, and you can tell. But if you have the proper skills, is great. As I said, again, one of the dreams that we had when we were kids. Now we can drive it. McFly.
Yes.
I really like you, but I will just.
Where is this going?
Where is this going? So this is Min, but I was wondering if there is any upgrade I can put in the car. I just feel I want something to upgrade.
Yes.
Can you do anything?
Indeed, I can. So if you look here, I've already done one beforehand, pre-baked it, if you will.
Did you use the time machine to do that?
I did indeed. So we have the Super Pursuit mode on Kit, which pretty much any single body kit or body piece that could move has been moved in some way.
That looks wild.
So
I love it.
whole front of the car has been extended and raised up, lots of little wings and inlets, and lots of fun stuff. I'll hand you the controller again so you can experience
Take it away.
Super Pursuit mode.
Who would have told? I tried to tell this to Dr. Brown to see what he says. Actually, you really overdone yourself. Absolutely amazing. Honestly,
Is this like a dream come true?
it is.
Are you
It is
there?
I can't even speak anymore. Not that I could do that before, but honestly, it's.
So Giuseppe, with all this speed, how are you ever going to see slow down? That is the
Oh,
question.
yes.
Great question.
Do we have anything? I need to
Yes.
slow down now.
Yeah, I think you should hit the brakes now and you'll see
Oh,
we
what?
have massive air brakes on the Super Pursuit mode, like in the TV show.
That did slow down pretty fast, in fairness. Effective.
It
Very
does
good.
actually slow down the car more, so it even slows it down in air if you're doing a large
In
jump.
air, you
That
said.
feels like a
Okay,
setup
in
for
air,
something
okay.
there.
Yeah, a
Right.
little bit.
All right.
Well, I'll try. I don't know if I have enough speed, but I'll
It's just gonna be a bit-
a mini jump. But people in Event Lab will find a way to make this car jump
Wow.
proper.
Yeah,
There we go.
There you go. Boom.
Wings.
And you see, still intact.
Love
Amazing production quality, really strong material, amazing stuff used.
I believe
I'm
it's
very proud
described
of it.
as indestructible in the TV show.
Oh,
It really is. So
goodness.
you really made me proud. So thank you very much, McFly. I'll take it.
Alrighty,
Amazing.
sold.
Well, if you at home also want to take it, remember to keep an eye out once the Universal Icons car pack lands on the Horizon Festival on June 18th, 2024. But now, to wrap things up, I think we should give players a sneak peek of what's coming next month, as we usually do, because I hear it's going to be a pretty special one. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully our players will perk up for the... sorry. Yeah, apologies, everyone. For the Horizon Cars and Coffee coming on July 18th. We've got the coffee shop location, which is a new evolving world. We've got new cars, as always, new collectible, and some new clothing items as well. So lots to look forward to.
Wonderful. Well, we'll meet you back here in about a month's time. And with that, we've unfortunately reached the end of the show. A big thank you, as always, to our guests from today for driving us through all of Forza Horizon 5 news this month. And we look forward to seeing you cruising the streets of Mexico in style when Modern Horizons join the festival on June 20th, 2024. Now, thank you so much for tuning in, and we're going to see you next time. But Timothy, before we go, we do look into that camera there and we all wave and say adios. Are you ready?
Of course.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Adios.